104.7 The Cave, Mike the Intern. Jay Stevens, the second most hated man on the internet. It is Dark Side of the Stream, episode 108. This week, Jay's pick. It was the second most.
The most hated man.
The most. I'm reading your thing. It's the most hated man on the internet. And it basically deals with the subject of revenge porn.
This might have been the guy that really started it.
On
that kind of level.
I definitely got it started, and I think even really today it continues eventually. I'm sure that in some ways there are people that do this to people all over the place, but the point, and really we'll just cut to the chase here. If you want to learn a lesson from this documentary specifically, or in just life in general, do not send nude photos.
Wait a minute. What?
For you, bud, I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, if you want to give a provocative picture to your significant other,
how do you do it? You print it out and draw it? No, I draw it. I draw it.
Yeah, well, in that case, I was like, there might be some embellishments going on in Jay's drawings. That's what that was on your desk the other day.
You want a dog pic?
I thought it was a guy holding a candy cane. I didn't know what that was.
I put a quarter there for reference.
Yeah, there's a banana and then a picture of Jay that he drew on his desk. If you were going to do it, I would suggest like Polaroids,
No, because that can. I think it's even more sketchy if you make a Polaroid. Dude,
I don't know. You keep it in the wallet. I'm just trying to. You want to give something tangible, man. Think about it like this.
I should start doing that.
Think about it like this. Vinyl record sales have been the strongest they've been in 30, 40 years, right? The most bought form of music media in the last 2-3 years is vinyl records. People want to hold on to something. They don't want it digitally. They don't want it email. They want an NFT. They want to hold it. Polaroid, my man.
I might have just cracked the code.
All right. Well,
anyway,
either way.
The story's about a guy, Mike's favorite kind of guy. And that's why I love this documentary, because Mike hates, of all people, Mike hates the D-bag.
Oh, my God, dude. When people get taken advantage of, I hate it.
Kind of guys,
I hate it. I do.
Vegas Dave. You hate those kind of guys that are like flaunting their wealth that they kind of made nefariously.
And this guy definitely made. And again, his wealth nefarious. I wouldn't call it wealth because, yes, he was making anywhere from $8 to $13,000 a month in ad revenue. That is considerable for one person, but at the end of the day, it's not. Yeah, but it's really, when you look at the big picture and what some sites pull in, blogs, podcasts monthly. He did make good money, but considering what he was doing and what he would get in as far as conviction and all that stuff, him and his partner, I don't think at the end of the day you could justify that what he made was worth what he got as far as what he got.
But his whole shtick and everything.
He definitely put a middle finger up to everybody else. Yeah. It was like he was a dirtbag to begin with.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And he was just looking for a way to make money, and this situation kind of fell in his lap. And he was originally going to start like a nightlife website or something like that.
Because he was like a club promoter.
Yeah. And then, like guys do, he's trying to get some solicited nudie photos, and then realized, you know what I could do with this?
There's a whole market in guys mad at their exes and they have naked photos.
Let's do that. So that's what he did. And the website was called Up All Night. Is that what it's called? Something like that? Is Anyone Up? Is Anyone Up? That was the name of the website. USA's Up All Night was something completely different. But we'll talk more about revenge porn and the most hated man on the internet next. Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave. One 104.7 The Cave, Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens back in the studio. It is Dark Side of the Stream, episode 108, the most hated man on the internet. So we're discussing this man. His name was Hunter Moore, and he started a website called is anyone up, which in turn began as a bunch of people posting sexually and explicit photos of people online without their consent.
Like
Sometimes,
exes.
yeah, sometimes guys would be mad at their girlfriends or their exes and have a bunch of nudies. They'd submit them. Sometimes these guys would actually break into these women's social accounts using emails and hacking
That's
to
where
get in.
it got wacky.
That's
They
where,
started doing some shady
yeah,
hacking.
and at a certain point, consent is obviously the rule of law. But if it was sent in, and you could prove that, hey, Jay sent me a naked picture and then I put it up. Well, Jay, you get whatever you get, because as soon as you send me the picture, I can do whatever I want.
Really?
I would assume that's how the law works. Now,
crazy.
again, 18 and up and all that stuff. I think at this point it's been changed, but at that point I would assume, and again, I'm not a lawyer.
This was the Wild West days of the
internet.
Yeah,
and there were a lot of things happening and still do where
they
people
were
are
trying
like,
to make up laws on
should
the
this
fly.
be?
They didn't have laws for stuff.
Yeah.
Still, they don't have laws for a lot of internet stuff. It's kind of still Wild West.
But at the beginning, like, he would put his, I think he got cease and desist from the FBI, and he would just say, I think at one point he responded LOL to one, which was just like, dude, you don't be screwing with the government like that.
He didn't care. And so, once again, sometimes we bag on shoddy detective work or shoddy police work. This FBI agent made it his own personal thing to get this done.
And I think it was twofold. I think it was because the FBI agent took it personally that he didn't take what was happening seriously. He was like, oh, you think you're too big for this? Okay, we're going to get you. When they found out that he was hacking people's website and stuff, it eventually went down.
Phishing emails.
Phishing emails and all this stuff.
Phishing with a P.
Yeah. I will tell a personal story. I actually worked with a girl. This was back in the early 2000s that actually had this happen to her. I don't know if it was on this website. I'm not sure where it was, because there have been a million other versions of this. But we were all partying one night, and she told us a story about how her ex had taken photos of her and posted it up online, and someone ended up coming across it and sending it back to her, and that's how she found out, which I can't imagine. Like, that's just a complete invasion of your privacy. But again, in the digital world where we live in, once it's saved digitally, it's really anybody's game. Whether you save it in your Google Photos or your iCloud, if someone ever gets into your account or hacks your account, it's their stuff. It happened with the celeb thing when they were hacking.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Like literally the king of the internet.
Yeah. So if it can happen
to him,
like those girls that they went after the celebrities all those years ago, where they hacked everyone's and they just posted them up and it was a thing. It can happen to you, whether you like it or not. If it's saved digitally, it's anyone's game. So that's something you also have to be careful with.
How about even better? If you're a dude, don't send pictures of your junk.
Unsolicited.
I don't think girls want to see
that. I don't think girls want to see it. I think it's traumatic enough for them. So let's
in a picture form, they don't want to see it. So
in a picture
form, you're not doing yourself any favor. I mean, I get shown some a lot from girls. Like, look what this guy sent me. Like,
and you're like, hey, 1 second, I'll be right back. Take in the bathroom, do a little comparison, come back. I'm all good. Here you go.
Why would a guy just send this? Like, I don't know.
I don't know either. I honestly, in my life, I've never, ever sent a unsolicited pic.
Wait a minute.
The only time.
Wait a minute.
The only time.
The key word. You've never.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. The only time I was messing with my wife. And I was joking with her one day, and I said it, and she just sent me an emoji of big eyes, and I sent her a picture of Dick Clark, because I thought it was like, oh, you want a pic? She's like, what? And I sent her a picture of Dick Clark because I thought it was funny. That's my sense of humor. So anyway,
on reverse, I enjoy getting pictures from girls. Like,
I enjoy
unsolicited pictures from girls.
Well, of course you do, Jay. Of course you do. And then it is what it is. If that's what you're into, that's fine. We're not shaming you for doing whatever it is that you do, but we're warning you that if it's out there, it can definitely be put out there. Yeah. And that's just the bottom line here. Whether that guy was good or bad, doesn't matter. It's on you to keep this thing going.
Maybe if you do it, you take the picture and send it, put a little piece of paper next to it saying, this is not Jay's.
This was not unsolicited.
This is not mine. This is not mine. So,
well, it's like
a watermark on the photo, basically.
Yeah, well, you know what? We need to get you a Jay Stevens watermark.
This is not Jay Stevens.
But at the end of the day, yeah.
Everyone would start sending it saying this is not Jay Stevens, and everyone would send. You're gonna get actually. You know what? Everybody, Mike's inbox, email Mike pictures like that. Solicited with saying this is not Jay Stevens.
Well, listeners, you know what you should do, and that's send them to jay@1047thecave.com. We return next, Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave. Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens back in the studio. It is Dark Side of the Stream, episode 108, the most hated man on the internet. So bottom line is this guy ended up getting busted for hacking into people's accounts.
Deep. One of the girls' moms took on a mission too.
Yeah, it wasn't just the FBI that went after.
She teamed up with this FBI guy. She was on a mission to get this guy shut down.
He definitely ended up living with his grandma at one point because he was getting so many death threats that he was scared that someone was going to take his life. Which
he also had like an army of minions that were like on his side, and they were like, "We'll go kill them for you."
Yeah, which is so stupid. He got stabbed in the side with a pin, or some chick stabbed him with a pin. I mean, it's very emotional when you're talking about this kind of evasion of privacy. That people are going to probably go pretty far, and it is what it is. But yeah. Inevitably, a anti-bullying group bought the website for $12,000. He sold it. They got all the pornographic material off of it and basically blocked it and redirected it to bullyville.com, which aided their fight, which $12,000 was probably a fair price to get that off the internet. But yeah, he and eventually him and his partner would plead guilty to aggravated identity theft, unauthorized access of a computer. They both got 2.5 years, then had to pay a lot of money in restitution. They have both been released from prison, and they actually asked Hunter if he wanted to be in this documentary, but at the very end of it, after it's over, where they have one of those title cards and they say he initially agreed, but then declined to do so later on, probably because he feared that they were going to come after him hard, as they should.
Hopefully he's moved on and he's doing something legit now.
I don't know what that could be, but yeah, he's definitely moved on, and you don't hear about him
probably
anymore.
Works in radio or something. It's not a stringent background check.
Wait a minute, hold on. What's your alias?
On a website? Jay? Cool. What? Hey, you're in.
Yeah,
you need a web department.
Yeah, I used to have a blog. You may have heard of it.
Exactly.
What?
Say no more. You're famous. Well, you're in.
Well, I guarantee you, he wasn't the only one that did this. He's just the one that got caught.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm sure it's still happening now, and it's all over.
What's some of the websites you look at? Tell us.
Yeah, where could that's awful. Where could you find something like that? That's just so bad. What's that website again?
That one's trash.
Sometimes when you see those photos like pop up on Facebook, Reddit, whatever, and you're like, whoa, why would a chick post this? Sometimes in the back of my mind, I'm like, did she actually post that?
Right.
Stuff? Now, in the world that we live in now, or OnlyFans, you can be a girl like just showing your feet off and getting like 2 or 3K.
Yeah, they're making big money.
Actually, my cousin,
my
cousin who lives in Arizona, she's a really, really pretty girl, and she is an esthetician. She's really talented, lives in the Phoenix area. And something like that happened to her. Her Instagram and I can't remember what other account got hacked. And then they were like trying to push her as a OnlyFans account and stuff. And I came across it and I was like, yo, cuz, what's the deal? And she's like, oh my God, you're like the 10th person to reach out to me. No, I would never do that. I was like, I know, I just wanted you to know that this is out there. So it could still happen.
Good time to plug my OnlyFans, Jay Stevens Rocks. Come sign up.
Do you really have an OnlyFans account?
Well, come on, man.
Oh my God. Well, you know where to send the nudes to. We'll get to our reviews next. Dark Side of the Stream next on 104.7 The Cave. Mike, the intern, Jay Stevens, back in the studio one more time. It's Dark Side of the Stream, episode 108, the most hated man on the internet. We were trying to figure out how to make some money off of OnlyFans in the break, but inevitably, it's just one of those things we'll have to figure out on down the road. All right, so how many I don't know, broken relationships would you give this documentary?
Nice. 2.5,
Yeah, I was kind of
Once
like,
again,
man,
it didn't invent the wheel. Didn't do
it's
anything.
too long.
It didn't. Yeah,
it was too long.
Didn't do anything crazy. There was no crazy twists. It didn't. He didn't end up being like, some good dude in the end or something.
I thought it was way too long. I really wish. I'm with you on this. As far as I just thought it was too long. I mean, they made a big deal about it, and it was interesting how they caught him.
Yeah,
in the process, a legal due process that happened,
and like
that was interesting. But again,
I like watching guys with that shtick. Like the party guy, club guy, all the chicks. I get along with those dudes.
I know you do.
You don't, but I do.
No, I don't. It kind of blows my mind.
What's going on there? Stop checking your.
No, I'm looking.
I'm looking up with your photos, folks.
I'm looking. Yeah, I know. I'm looking in Jay's email. See how many naked pictures he's got. So at the end of the day, I really, really wanted you to watch Moon Age Daydream because I saw the Bowie documentary. It's the Bowie documentary that's in theaters. But I don't think it's out digitally.
Yeah,
so
I've read a couple on that.
It's so good though, man. Oh my God, it's so good. So I guess that's what I was kind of looking for. What documentary we should watch, and I'm kind of going back and forth on what I think would be a good one because that Moon Age Daydream is so awesome. Let's do.
Just for the record, Mike was totally unprepared.
I'm very unprepared for this. I don't want to just give a.
Not like we do this every week.
A stupid one.
No,
not like this. Do this. Well, it just goes to show you. Like I ultimately wanted to.
This is how crappy.
No, what maybe this. Actually, this is probably one of our best ones. Honestly, should I put you on the spot and make you watch a film because we've been teetering on the edge.
When you go to movie theater, come on. That's crazy talk.
No. We can watch a free one, just like a horror movie. I'll tell you where it's at. Yeah.
Like a film?
Yeah. Film. Because we've been teetering on the edge of watching movies because we watch documentaries and some of these things we don't. We watch these documentaries so you don't have to watch them, but. Sometimes I feel like, especially in the month of October, there are so many great films out there that are horror movies that I really want us to watch and talk about it and get your perspective on it. You know what I mean? And inevitably, I will make sure that this is a film that you can watch for free before I suggest it. Are you game?
All right. Yeah, sure.
All right. Thank God. Thank you. Thank you. All right. For a week, you've got 1 week, and it's for free on YouTube, and I will email you a link as soon as this is over.
What's it called?
It's my favorite movie of all time.
Okay.
Dawn of the Dead, 1978.
Okay.
The one where they go into a movie mall and fight off the zombie apocalypse.
I probably saw it when I was a kid, but I'll watch it again.
I appreciate you very much. It's only an hour and 45 minutes. I will send you the best cut. You can watch it on YouTube in the studio today if you want to.
I might have to return the favor then next week.
That's fine. Whatever you want to do. I just think
we should. For the month of October, we do some weird, freaky horror films.
That's fine. I will love it. Please. So, but again, Dawn of the Dead, that is your 1978. Not 2004, 1978. And we will discuss that next week, Dark Side of the Stream. As always, you can watch these on Facebook Live, YouTube every Thursday, 9 a.m., or download them as a podcast on our 104.7 The Cave app. I'm Mike the Intern. This is Jay Stevens reminding you we watch movies so you don't have to.
Sometimes old horror movies.
It's Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave.